So I was looking for something interesting to do next, which was not too complicated or big, and I settled on the idea of recreating the iconic lander terrain from the Acorn Archimedes, sometimes also known as the Zark or Virus, the full game, which was also available on the ST and the Amiga and possibly the PC, but I'm not sure. In any case, what have I done? Well, I didn't want to write my own engine completely from scratch again, just because I kind of have the idea of perhaps making a really simple RTS, and there's just too many moving parts involved in that to really kind of write myself while having a job and a dog and a life. So I figured I'd give Unity a go. I used it for the first time the other day, just to do that terrain thing that I also put on YouTube. And I figured I'd learn a bit more about it and see if I could generate a landscape which looked somewhat like the Lander landscape. So what have I actually done? Well, created an editor tool which will generate a mesh and make it a bit bigger, and hopefully this will work fine. Create new terrain. Great, we have a new terrain. So kind of Lander-esque in its colours. I've made it a bit more green than Lander. And Lander had this depth-based effect where the further away the tiles were from the camera, the darker they would get, but it used a fixed camera and rows, and you don't really have that in a dynamic camera. So I've kind of simulated a little bit in the shader with a distance from camera thing, but subtly. In any case, we can run it, and we can control the camera with a mouse, and we can go up and down and look at the landscape and so on and so forth. Not many hills in this one, I made it quite flat. I meant to change the setting for that. In any case, there's one landscape. Also delete that and do another. Sort of added on this ability to sort of use more natural colouring. Let's see, do it slightly different. Still quite flat, but you see the natural colouring. Also used 30 before. I was going to use 40. I forgot what setting I used. Let me just do it again. Yeah, it's a little bit hillier, but not much. Yeah, it's quite subtle. I mean, it uses the same Lander kind of somewhat sinusoidal approach to generate the landscape, which kind of smooths things out. But there's a bit more hill in it now, I think. It's work in progress as well, so I shouldn't be too surprised if things aren't quite as I think they are. Yeah, so there's a camera. I've done a little RTS style camera. You can follow the camera around. It kind of tracks the height, so as you move forward, it stays above whatever level you're at. It will stay above. There we go. Let me go through the ground. No, great. I have done that. Yeah, you can see it's kind of following the terrain as we go up, and if we turn around now, you can see we're a little bit up. And yeah, so I've been just doing a really simple landscape thing. It's been fun. Yeah, if I bring Rider over, I've used Rider for the C# side of it. There's a distance shader, which is based on the sort of lit shader that comes with Unity, but uses vertex colours. I experimented with a few different shaders. There's a terrain editor, that's the tool, and then most of the actual code is in this terrain thing here, which generates the mesh and so on and so forth. Anyway, really fun, and I'll probably do some more stuff with it. Maybe start creating an RTS now. We'll see. That's it. Thanks a lot.